is odd. See, when you observe some even function, by the definition f of minus x is equals to f of x for all x. Okay, this is very clear. And what it represents, see, for a value f of minus 2 is equals to f of 2, because f of minus x is f of x, right? You just take any value, its functional value for that particular alpha as well as for the negative of alpha, both are same. That in the sense f of alpha and f of minus alpha, these two are equal. Suppose if they are equals to beta, what it means, see if you have domain and codomain, in the domain if you have alpha and somewhere minus alpha, this alpha as well as minus alpha both are just mapped to beta only. This is something about even function, and that's why when you look these type of functions, we are very clear that these are not one functions, because two different elements are mapped to same image, and that's why we say that even functions are not one. Even functions are not one. And since they are not one, clear that they are not bisective, and from there it is clear that inverse won't exist for even functions. Okay, all these are the consequences. Since it is not one, it is not bisective. Since it is not bisective, inverse not exist for even functions. Okay, inverse not exist for these even functions. Okay, that's a part. And the other thing, when you observe the graph, see, while sketching the graph for suppose x-axis and the y-axis, if this is the origin, for suppose if you take a point alpha on x-axis, somewhere you will have minus alpha on the x-axis. For alpha and for minus alpha, the functional values are same. Okay, that in the sense, for suppose at alpha your functional value is some beta, for minus alpha also the functional value is some beta only, right? That in the sense, the graph points on the graph are symmetrical about y-axis, so the graph is also symmetrical about y-axis. Since that in the sense, graph in the right side of y-axis is similar to the graph to the left side of y-axis. So another observation is graph of even function. Okay, graph of even function is symmetrical about y-axis. Just have a look. These are few observations related to even function. First of all, even function. The definition is f of minus x is equals to f of x. Next thing is f of minus 2 is f of 2. And the next thing is for two numbers alpha and minus alpha, we will get same image. That in turn represents that they are not one and so inverse not exist. When you observe the graph, see, usually the graph will pass through these 2 points like this. That in the sense, the points on the graph are symmetrical about y-axis, and so the graph is symmetrical about y-axis. So this is something about even function. Have a look. Odd function. The definition is very clear. F of minus x is equals to minus f of x for all x. And if for particular number, some 3, you say f of minus 3 is equals to minus f of 3. If for any value of x alpha, f of alpha is beta, then f of minus alpha is minus beta. From these two, we are clear that alpha comma beta is a point on the graph, then for sure minus alpha comma minus beta is also a point on the graph. That in the sense, see, the points alpha beta, point alpha beta and point minus alpha minus beta are on graph. See, these are the points on graph. And one more thing is, see, if you have in the domain alpha and minus alpha, similarly you will have in the codomain beta and minus beta. This alpha is just connected to beta, whereas minus alpha is connected to minus beta. Different elements are just connected to different images, and that's why we say that these odd functions are 1 as well as on 2 also. Okay, this is one point related to the graph, and the other thing is odd functions are 1 plus on 2. Since odd functions are 1 plus on 2, so they are bisective, and so inverse also exists. That's another part. Okay, and whereas coming to the graph, If alpha beta is a point on the graph, minus alpha minus beta is another point on the graph. When you look at the shape of the graph, see, for suppose if you take it as alpha origin 0, 0 comma 0, and if you take a point, a number alpha on x-axis and another number minus alpha here, okay, for this alpha the functional value is beta. Somewhere if you take beta is here, and for this minus alpha the functional value is what? Minus beta. That in the sense somewhere you will get minus beta here, okay. These heights should be same. That in the sense when you observe graph in the first quadrant is similar to the graph in the third quadrant, as well as graph in the second quadrant is similar to the graph in the fourth quadrant. See, that in the sense, for suppose just as an example, x cube is an odd function, the graph will be like this. See, about the origin, if you rotate the graph, after a certain rotation, the graph of first quadrant will coincides with the graph of third quadrant. For suppose if this is the graph, if you will rotate like this, after a certain rotation, it just coincides with the graph in the third quadrant. And that's why we say that the graphs of the odd function are symmetric about origin. The graph of the odd functions are symmetric about origin, whereas the graphs of even functions are symmetric about y-axis. See, if this is the y-axis, graph in the right side and left side, on positive side and negative side of y-axis are same. Whereas for the odd functions, the graphs are symmetric about origin. Okay, just have a look. Even functions and odd functions. Even functions are not 1 1 and so not bisective and so inverse not exist. Odd functions are 1 1 plus onto, so bisective and so inverse exist. Even functions are symmetric about y-axis, whereas odd functions are symmetric about origin. So these are few observations related to the even and odd. Have a look. Next observation related to the even and odd. If you have any function like f of x, then if you construct a function g of x in such a way that g of x is f of x plus f of minus x, and if you construct h of x in such a way that h of x is f of x minus f of minus x, what you say about even and odd nature of g of x and h of x? For that you just start your discussion with g of minus x. See, if you start with g of minus x, replace x with minus x. G of minus x is equals to f of minus x, since replacing x with minus x, plus f of x with minus x, already it is minus x, so we need to replace it with x. So f of minus x plus f of x is again what? G of x, right? So g of minus x is g of x, and so we say that g of x is even. Then what you say about h of x? So now to check, just take h of minus x. H of minus x is simply replacing x with minus x now. F of minus x minus, since it is minus x, it becomes x, my x. F of minus x minus f of x. Now since it is f of minus x minus f of x, if you common out minus, minus of f of x minus f of minus x, and that is equals to minus h of x. See, h of minus x is minus h of x, and that's why we say that h is odd function. At the end, if you have a function f of x, we don't know whether it is even or odd or anything, just we have a function, then if you construct f of x plus f of minus x, it surely becomes even, and if you construct f of x minus f of minus x, and it surely becomes odd. And see, this is even and this is odd. Now you just look here, I will rewrite this f of x as like this. F of x can be written as f of x plus f of minus x by 2 plus f of x minus f of minus x by 2. Is there anything wrong in this writing? Just have a look. F of x can be written as sum of these two. If you simplify these two, the denominator is 2, the numerator part, this f of minus x and this f of minus x gets cancelled. You left with the 2 f of x by 2 is f of x, right? And that's why writing f of x as a sum of these two is again right, and that's why f of x is equals to sum of even plus odd functions. So we have a chance to write any given function as a sum of even and odd functions. Okay, and that even function is f of x plus f of minus x by 2. Since it is even, by 2 won't affect, so again even, and this is odd, right? So this discussion helps you to write any function as a sum of both even and odd. So at the end, this part is useful, right? Have a look.